来，这一集是法国 Paris。
Bonjour，
啊，我没有去过，所以法国有什么？
有很多东西的。他们有一个 like stew 叫 bouillabaisse，
法国也是一直吃面包的，
一直吃 cheese。
一直吃 cheese 的。
呀！我担心会很难煮，因为 you know French food 是 it's very delicate，you know 好像日本餐一样。
就是它是西餐西式的精致，
对，
我一点都不担心，因为来到的第9集还不会煮吗？
不会。
讲会，
哦，会，
有信心，
有信心。
法国菜注重当季食材的运用，并精确掌握烹饪时间，以确保菜肴的香味和口感能完美呈现。法式料理也非常注重配料和酱汁的搭配，以增添菜品的层次感。今天的法国老师曾在巴黎餐馆担任厨师15年。他最拿手的就是烹饪法式经典菜肴。
哇，好漂亮哦！哎，老师 ，Hello。
Bonjour。
Bienvenue.
Yummy， 老师好。
老师 ，this is too extravagant。
Oh, fantastic. We can start with the starter, crème du Barry. It's a cauliflower velouté.
原来好精致哦，法式料理。
Oh, but before we eat, we have to say something, right?
Yes, we have to say bon appétit.
Bon appétit！ 耶！它很浓稠，然后它有一点点的奶香味，然后再配上这个鱼子酱，那种丰富的口感，融化你整个嘴巴。你 try 你就会懂了。
So my reaction has to be the same. Okay, let's see 啊。
有对不对？
哎呀，因为这个汤不是
很咸对
可是鱼子酱是很咸的
对
东西 ，so it really matches very well.
This is the starter. We usually serve in France in winter because it's a warm dish. So the next course is the main dish, Navarin d'agneau. It's a lamb stew. This is the traditional dish we use for Easter celebration in spring.
Why is this eaten in spring?
Because it's usually the time of the year when the lamb is born.
Of course, it's not just the lamb, right? All the other ingredients in this dish are very spring.
Exactly. We call it the new carrots, new potatoes, because they are small size. So all these new vegetables we get in April in France, in Europe.
是，你看这样看下去呢，有蔬菜，然后颜色也很美，对不对？老师煮得很软，然后它的羊骚味也没有那么重， 好吃好吃
And then 我喜欢那个番茄的味道，
啊！对对对，
很舒服。It's very comforting.
Yeah, this is comfort food.
我来这里，我以为今天是吃那个很 stereotypical 的法国餐，you know, croissant, escargot。可是今天真的是好像去法国人的家，that sort of feeling。老师很好吃。I think we're done, right? Ready for the next course?
I done too。
So you put your fork and knife like this when you're done. Always on the right side.
哦，明白。所以我们这样方式吃完了。
Yeah. Let's go to number 3.
但是我在想，为什么我们吃到了第3道才吃面包和 cheese？ Is get we no eat food？
It's just a tradition. Since I was born, we used to have cheese after the main dish during a meal. So the cheese plate will come to you, you serve, and then you pass to your neighbor.
哦，
So if you don't want any, you just take the plate and you pass it and you don't use it. It's not rude to not taking any cheese.
哦，原来是这样的吃法。
You're not supposed to touch cheese with your finger, so I use my knife. You cannot cut it like this.
Why why？
The crust, you're not supposed to eat it. So if we cut this way, then everybody have a little bit of crust, but also a little bit of cheese.
Right.
OK，安来等。
OK，谢谢。我很喜欢吃 cheese。
所以他特别喜欢吃 cheese。
Cheese is very important in France. We have more than 400 different cheese in France, and it's something very strong in our French culture, food culture. Take a piece of cheese and you put it on the bread. If you don't want to eat bread, take your dessert knife and then you eat it like a fork and a knife.
我不是很习惯啦，它的味道比较特别，就好像榴莲一样。我喜欢吃榴莲，但是恩来就不习惯榴莲的味道，这是个人口味。老师，is it French very like eat cheese?
Yes.
Every day eat cheese.
No, not every day, but this is something you always have in your fridge. If you're hungry, for example, you want a snack, you take off some cheese and some bread and you eat it. The very good thing is to drink wine and cheese together.
So we choose how to say.
Santé.
Allez.
So this is the dessert.
耶！甜品来了！哎，
只有饼皮，什么都没有。哦，
It's tarte tatin.
哇！
哒哒哒！哇！It's an upside down tart。
是，它是一个翻转的甜品。我最喜欢吃甜品了，
哇，那个苹果很软。
软的像香蕉，
耶，对，一样。
香蕉的口感。
I'm not laughing at you, you know.
然后甜，有点酸，这样。
可是那个 crust right is still very like you know crunchy and crispy. 老师 I need to ask, why is there like a magic show involved? Why?
Yeah, because it's made from an accident. This Demoiselle Tatin, they had a restaurant a long time ago. She took over the regular apple pie out of the oven and it fell on the floor on the other side. She tried it and she found it really good. Then they kept doing this pie this way to their clients and they loved it.
哦，
可乐，你看这个这么出名，可是是从错误来的。
对，错有错招嘛，所以呢，我们要煮的时候，如果我们不小心做错了，那个菜呢也可以变成是我们的菜耶。
对，它可乐。
他恩来
好，做老师 ，Let's go into the kitchen and make mistakes.
，yes。
Yes, absolutely.
好吧，I'm ready to make mistakes.
哎呀，来，不要这样啦，难得可以学这个法式料理，所以呢，我们要好好的来学，OK？
Okay, 老师 ，What's the first dish we're gonna make?
Hachis parmentier. It's a gratin.
薯泥焗牛肉
First layer is made of beef, onion, and garlic. Then the second layer is mashed potatoes.
Oh, 可能这个是法国 shepherd's pie. Is this like the French shepherd's pie?
Exactly.
Oh, really? Okay. 我真的很怕，因为 in my mind, right, 我觉得是很难 requires a lot of hard work. Anything you mash, you need to put in, you need to use strength one, right? What sort of potatoes can we use?
Brussels potatoes.
More starchy, is it?
Exactly. Starchy is the best ones for these mashed potatoes. So now we cut the potatoes in 2 centimeters pieces, so it will cook faster. Okay?
越小煮的越快。
We cook them until they are soft enough to be mashed.
Okay.
OK。
How long will that take?
It will be around 20 minutes, and then we also add some salt in the water. So while it's cooking, we will start to prepare the beef part. So we will use onions, 1 onion, and 2 garlic.
OK。
I'll show you how to slice it.
Okay.
I cut it in half. You see the root here? So I'm right-handed. I slice it parallel to the board.
Oh gosh, again. Oops. 我们煮印度餐也是这样切，是不是？
那番茄切番茄。
Now we're going to cut tomato,
OK，好，多看。
cut into half, then remove the eye. Okay, you can see I don't cut all the way.
Oh no.
这个切法没有切过。
Compared to cutting the 番茄 in the same way， 这个是比较容易了，因为番茄太软了。
Very good, fantastic.
If you look at the result, it is very, finely diced. So 我明白为什么老师教我们这样切。
And you can do the same for the garlic.
To the garlic。
Garlic 这么小 ，it's so small.
It's the same, exactly the same.
用老师的方式切这个蒜头，太有挑战性了吧？
The root is here, okay? I will slice it in 2 parts. So it's like a mini onion. So you slice it the same way.
法国料理的做法很精致哎，你看，他连切这个蒜头都要这么讲究，
哎呦 it's very small.
其实还是真的是可以的。
It's just that you need to concentrate a lot.
哇，
Wow. 我很骄傲，
我为我感到骄傲。
我为我感到骄傲。
Yes. Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Next step.
Take 30 grams of butter, will be like 1 spoon. You melt it in this pan with olive oil. And then when it's melted, you will bring the onions and garlic and fry them a little bit.
金黄了，金黄了。
It smells good.
So now you can add the beef.
老师，这个牛肉有多少？This beef got how many kilometer? Kilometer.
All of it.
Sorry. Let me translate. How many kilograms of meat are we using?
It's 750 grams.
Okay.
Okay.
You can leave it now for like 5-10 minutes. It needs to be brown and cooked.
Okay.
Okay? You will see. So we strain the potatoes.
啊，原来我们要煮到这个马铃薯的颜色变浅，就可以了。
I can show you here with a fork.
Oh, it looks quite easy.
Yeah, it's very easy.
我很喜欢吃这个马铃薯泥耶，所以我一定要把它做好。
Yes, go ahead. So we have milk and butter. You first cut it in small pieces so it will be easier to melt in the hot mashed potatoes. Then you can add the milk step by step.
我觉得只要煮的够熟烂，你做马铃薯泥呢就不难，只是要弄到口感很顺滑呢，就要放多一点心思。
我们 mash 的时候 actually 容易啦。It is as soothing as like whisking. There's new right? Definitely. 你要放多一点牛奶吗？
我怕太水。
It's quite doughy, isn't it? Was it like that? 因为刚才 like 是比较软 and now it's like stickier.
Now you can pour the broth.
What is in the broth?
It's a beef broth. You can add some pepper. Okay, now we can start to pour in the dishes. So you put 1 layer of beef and then 1 layer of mashed potatoes.
Okay, got it.
And then you can make some design if you want.
啊
You know.
，no 你拿，no 你拿，no 你拿。
And it's because when you put it in the oven, the little waves will make a golden, crusty part on the top.
好，那我们也一样咯。
Yeah.
我想象中薯泥焗牛肉应该比较难，因为下面一层，上面一层，然后是不是花很多时间？但是老师教我们的好像蛮容易的哎，没有想象中那么复杂，但是还是要做出来才可以讲这句话啦。
What design are you gonna? Wow, 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 wow. 哦，圆的。
真的，
You can also do a heart.
它有点难，你来，你来哈。
所以说不可以。That's a heart, no?
哒哒哒哒。
So the next step is to put it in the oven, 200 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes.
Mm, 这样子看呢，就知道要做甜品了。
And 有这个 very impressive piece of machinery.
Isn't it?
哇，
老师 what are we making?
We will use this to make a meringue.
哦 ，meringue 蛋白霜，我们做提拉米苏的时候有做啊。
How do we check if it's done? The moment that we don't see any liquid anymore, then the foam is quite solid. Once you flip it completely and it's not dropping, it means it's completely well done.
那个是 meringue 咩？
是蛋白霜，黏黏的，不会倒下来的。
要把 meringue 是硬的吗？
等一下你看你就知道了，是一样的。
OK，OK，OK，OK
哎他说 What's the name? This
So the
name?
name of the dish is called île flottante. In English, floating island.
漂浮之岛，好有意境哦。
So we first make the cream.
OK，OK，
We separate eggs, yolks and white.
Oh.
With the white, we make the meringue.
OK
And with the yolk, we make the custard cream.
Okay,
OK，好。
we can do it.
Just be very careful to not put 1 drop of yolk in the white eggs.
OK，
Perfect.
要分开那个蛋白和蛋黄。哇，好像我们做很多次了。I was like, it's so familiar. We just did this. You know? Once again, we're applying the skills that we learned before.
So we make the cream, warm up the milk, the vanilla pod. You first flatten it. You cut it like this, one side.
哦，切开它的表皮，然后拿出里面的籽。
And to have more flavor, I pour it when it's warming up, and then I will get it out.
Oh.
When you will use
This one very important.
it. Yes, vanilla pod is very important. It makes all the flavor of your custard. So we keep going with the yolk. You pour the sugar, and then you whisk until we call it blanchir. Blanchir is whiten the eggs. So now it's good. You can stop.
Then, oh,
Very nice. So now we take off the pod,
Okay.
and then you will pour a little bit of milk, and in the meantime, you keep whisking so the yolk is not cooking. Now you can add more and more because the yolk now already to the temperature.
Ah.
So now it's good. So you can add 1 little teaspoon of corn starch, and then you can pour in the pan again. The heat has to be medium-low. So you can see the consistency start to get thicker and thicker.
It's good.
Yeah. And then we put it in the fridge to cool it down. So we will do the meringue, so you can start the mixer. And now sugar step by step.
其实我想象，哎呀，蛋白霜我做过啦，但是呢，哎，不一样哦，它有放糖哦，而且要打得它够凝结。
It looks good. Looks like clouds.
你这样懂完了？
Oh, look at this.
哇
I'm gonna turn it upside down.
哇！
So now we cook the meringue.
Cook the meringue? How to do?
Yeah, okay, 老师 I think 老师 you're gonna show us. I have no idea 你在讲什么。
Yeah.
我真的
You
不
will
知
see
道
it's very easy. Like this. It's okay if it's not perfect. And then I pour it in the water.
I didn't think that 我们今天做那个 meringue right 是那个软的，我们都知道吃过那个硬的，所以我以为我们是要做硬的 meringue。
You do the island and know the jungle 嘞。
Perfect.
我在想 end product 是怎么样？
This one is a very soft meringue. You can feel it.
是不是因为放了糖，所以有助定型呢？
Exactly.
And if we want a hard meringue, we just add more sugar.
More sugar and cook in the oven. This one, the soft meringue, is a steam cooking.
Nice。
So now we fry the almond flakes
Oh.
for decoration.
哦，装饰。
So you spread it on one layer, so it cooked evenly.
I can smell it.
非常香。
Now it's good. So now we will set up our beautiful island bowl. I put it in the middle, some almonds, and then caramel. And here you go, your floating island.
漂浮之岛。哇！哇，好香哦！那首先呢，我们先吃薯泥焗牛肉。
You like it?
Yes.
这个马铃薯泥的外层呢有点焦，有点脆，然后薯泥呢又很软，肉又很入味。
这个是很好给小孩子还有老人，因为是很软，很容易吃的。
对，记住老师的味道。接下来呢，还有一个我和你都非常期待的漂浮之岛。
You always have to have together white and custard. It's a very strange feeling for you.
哇，这个是，it's so light and airy。
这个的口感，它很像泡沫，好像 marshmallow 的咬
对
劲。
，no, I mean yeah, marshmallow is the closest description
Yes, exactly.
of this. 这个 custard right 真的好像 vanilla 的冰淇淋
哎，我觉得我们炒这个杏仁是加分的哎，
，totally。
一咬呢，它的那个杏仁的香味就在整个嘴巴里面散开来。
This dessert is not easy to do. You have to be very careful when you make the custard. Be very aware about the temperature. This is the most dangerous part of the dessert.
好，我也很有信心呢，可以把法式料理做好。
Yes, we will succeed.
Yeah！哇，这里这么多的食材，真的让我看得眼花缭乱。
老师 what's the first ingredient we're going to buy?
First, we are gonna buy the butter. The one we choose is this one.
是有盐的。
Yes, this is salted butter. We use it in the mashed potato puree for the hachis parmentier. This butter is very special because it's fermented with live bacteria. Mix it with the cream, and it makes this very specific flavor. We call it tangy flavor. It's like when you go in a French farm, you have this specific smell of the cow and the milk.
哦，也是有法国牧场的味道。
That is what we want to achieve, right?
Yeah，那就是它了。
So the next one is vanilla pot.
老师 why do we need to use vanilla pods instead of like say using vanilla extract?
The flavor is very strong. The extract is good, but it's not as good as a pod.
很贵，老师为什么这么昂贵？
$23? Well, why is it so expensive?
For two.
For two.
There is not so many places in the world where you can buy this vanilla pot. It's mostly in Madagascar, some other places, and it's also handpicked from the tree.
Wow. 这个是我们第二最贵的 ingredient，you know， 最贵的是西班牙那个 saffron。
Saffron，
啊
Saffron 就在隔壁，
哇
他们是邻居。
，the most expensive like real estate 在这里啊。
So now we are going to buy the meat.
Which one are we getting?
We are going to buy this one because this one is 20% fat and 80% of lean meat. For the hachis parmentiers, this is the best one.
老师，那这是牛的哪个部位呢？
The part of the beef is from the neck.
哦，颈项的肉。
对
所以我们就买这个吧。
好吧。
蔡安澜先生，
什么？
几点了？还在那边喝酒
OK，好好好
快点来布置餐桌。几点了？
OK，
快点，
OK
快点，快点来！
好了，不要这么粗鲁。今天是法国餐，要一点情调。
哎呀，说的对，你看这么有情调。哎，我们也来。
这样啊
Something wrong。
，right？ OK，好吧，好吧。
好，但我们要有情调的啊。今天有6个人，我们有一个主菜，一个甜品
甜品，
还有 cheese 面包。我觉得这个
这个 potpourri
橄榄玫瑰花瓣可以撒在桌子上面，很有情调的那种。
是这样啊。
那没有这么美的啦，要这样随意这样撒。没有，你不要摆这么密啊！你看，你看，很散的。你看你这样一条线，
Then break the 线啊 just like this. Very artistic.
我们有艺术感。
OK， 那我们可以煮了啦。
OK，浪漫一点啊。
Let's go. 第一个是 hachis parmentiers。
薯泥焗牛肉、
那今天最重要的是
马铃薯。
和牛肉、
那我就准备马铃薯。那你准备？
葱还有蒜头。
好，那我们就开始吧。
好吧。
在规划方面呢，我觉得我和恩来配合的天衣无缝，就是我做什么，他做另外一个，而且我们不会觉得，哎，为什么你做的比较难，还是我做的比较有挑战性？我们都觉得扮演好自己的角色，去负责这样东西都是很重要的。
Finally，
哎，OK 嘞。
我觉得我比较 confident. I'm not so much like a headless chicken anymore.
真的很厉害耶！你看，大小平均，粒粒分明。那我就煮我的马铃薯啦。
我要炒那个牛肉。
这个是法国牛油哦，所以会很香，味道是不一样的。
对
所以煮出来才是有法国的味道。
你觉得这个火应该是比较大吗？因为老师的火是不一样的。
老师的是电子炉，所以我们今天要特别的注意火候。
可能我们是比较快。
可能我们会有火黑。
法国餐有火黑。
法式火黑。我的这个好像没有什么动静这样嘞啊？为什么还没有好？还有多久？我是一个急性子的人，但是下厨需要很多的耐心，要有耐心，呼吸，所以是一个很大的挑战对我来说。
他做东西是很快。She doesn't really like stop for anything for anyone that sort of thing.
我就会一直忍不住打开那个盖子去擦，到底熟了吗？到底烂了吗？是蛮软的，但是我觉得可以再煮多一个5分钟。我擦了7、8次，因为我要确保所有的马铃薯都软了。
I'm getting used to it as well. It's also for me to speed up because we're working as a team, 不是一个人自己做。So it's not a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to add the stock.
我的马铃薯已经好了，现在我要捏碎，倒一点牛奶。
There's new you, right? 现在放 right.
We have milk and butter. We first cut it in small pieces so it will be easier to melt in the hot mashed potatoes. When the butter is melted with the hot potatoes, then you can add the milk step by step.
Yo, you definitely need the new you.
OK， 好，请帮我放。最担心的部分就是压碎马铃薯的部分，
It's not 软 enough, I think.
还可以吃到那个马铃薯的一粒粒，对吗？
Yeah.
所以我担心吃下去的时候会影响口感。
It's quite doughy, isn't it? Was it like that? It feels like it's dough.
我觉得味道是好吃的，只是好像有点黏，会吗？
可能 the more we do this,
它摸黏。
more 黏. Yeah.
人家做大鸟啦，是吗？
I guess so. 因为刚才 like 是比较软 then now it's like stickier.
你不要弄好了。OK，
OK， 那现在我要放那个牛肉先。
来，那我放我的马铃薯啦。在那个薯泥要放进烤箱之前呢，要有一些设计。Are you ready？ 就雕刻，
Yes.
感觉上 S 这样的曲线是蛮美的。
I'll do circles.
完成啦！哒
那现在我们放在 oven 里面。
，30分钟，200度。好的，现在我们要做我们的漂浮之岛。
分开蛋白和蛋黄。
好，现在呢我们要分工合作，你要做什么呢？
我可以煮那个牛奶。
好的，没问题。来，分工合作。
I need to bash this.
我们做这个甜品漂浮之岛，打这个蛋黄看起来简单，但是哇，要出很多色的力耶。累了，但是呢，坚持才会成功。虽然我有休息啦，但是我觉得不简单。可以了吗？
I think 可以了。我们要慢慢加牛奶，因为那个牛奶是烧的 ，right？不要让那个蛋黄煮熟。
对，
我们不是煮 omelette，
我们不是煎蛋哦。
也是不是简单。
他在玩这个字哎，进步非常好，就像我的英文一样哦。
你的英文也是很有进步。
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, exactly. Don't worry, amazing. 现在我们加入玉米粉，让它可以更浓稠。之后我们还要开火10分钟，再不停的搅拌。
是味道。Yeah, 这个是 OK。
香草的味道我非常喜欢，而且超级浓。
Yeah, 可是 the consistency is still a cause for concern. 老师教我们的时候 you know, it is thicker.
So you can see the consistency start to get thicker and thicker.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
所以我们加多一点 cornstarch. 可是还是这样呢？
还是一样的吗？
也是一样呢。It's really quite mysterious. I also don't really know.
我知道，因为它要冷了之后，它会比较浓稠，所以不用再加了，不用再加了。人家出来哦，变布丁。
哦 yes 对。
好，那我们要放入冰箱让冷却。我就把这个蛋白搅拌。我感觉到加了糖之后呢，它整个是很扎实、很浓的，所以我知道这个漂浮之岛的这个岛一定会很完美。好的，老师说如果我翻过来它不会倒出来的话，就是可以了。OK，
耶，不错。
OK， 好。但是没有想到我们放太久了，忽略了它，会太水。
要干嘛？
我的蛋白呢没有那么固体了，因为我觉得不可以，因为它根本就做不到形状，可能等太久了。
It was the almonds that distracted us.
它不会黑的嘞，
呀，为什么啊？
它 really
那天很快嘞。
哦。OK， 有些太久了。
Yeah, see?
OK， 有没有可以？
So you're gonna carve another portion? 因为不要那个小小的。
你说这么多，你炒啊，这个你炒。
Can. It is very hot.
It's very hot, right？
My almonds are burning.
哎呦，你变瓜子嘞！
呀咯。Lesson learned， 我们一定要记得我们的 process and steps. Don't get distracted. We're redoing everything, is it?
哎呀，会不会太水？我的蛋白呢没有那么固体了，因为我觉得不可以，因为它根本就做不到形状，
要干嘛？
可能等太久了。
Oh, it is. Oh yeah, it is. It's like it's completely like we're redoing everything, is it?
哎呀，
Here we go, round 2. Let's go. OK， 看下面。
可以。OK， 我们要快点。
The texture seems better, yeah?
看起来怎么样？
不错。
짜란，放在这里吗？
OK，
好的，我们的岛好了，我们的海洋也好了。
对
所以现在呢，我们就要完成我们的
漂浮之岛，and 我们的薯泥焗牛肉也是好了。OK，
哇！烤出来之后呢，我觉得应该还不错，所以希望嘉宾们会喜欢。来，我觉得经过了8集，我们心情比较放轻松了，比较从容了。
对，今天比较顺利。
我们也是很期待我们的来宾到来哦。Cheers！
Cheers！哦，bienvenue！
今天的嘉宾有本地演艺圈公认的厨艺高手，喜欢钻研美食的林明伦，出国充电之余也热爱探索异国美味的黄思甜，以及2位来自法国的朋友，育有2名孩子的法国妈妈 Stephanie， 和在本地工作多年，有空会给家人下厨做家乡美味的 Benedict。
谢谢你们的到来，来看看一下，你看，来到了吃这个法式料理，有没有感觉哇，特别有意境，很有情调？
有。
Kerry 刚刚去法国不久回来吧？
是啦，其实我现在蛮期待的，就是你们煮的法式料理跟我在法国吃的有什么差别？
没有什么差别，你放心哈。
应该是一模一样的。哦，真的。Really? So anyway, Benedict and Stephanie, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. What do you think of the atmosphere today?
Paris.
Really?
Yes, I recognize Paris, the Eiffel Tower, Haussmann building.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at the bottle of wines, beautiful colors of Paris and France, and this smells also very good, so I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, merci.
Can take a seat.
Yes.
À votre santé.
Santé.
为你们准备的这个主菜呢是薯泥焗牛肉咖喱。
Oh.
Smells good.
Bon appétit.
Merci.
很好吃，我真的很喜欢，因为它的那个牛肉的香味很够，很浓郁。然后呢，这个马铃薯绵密，但是它的外层也焗得刚刚好，是一个很有饱足感的一道菜。
我听到明伦大哥呢说那个薯泥外脆内软，我放下了我的心头大石。
我觉得是好吃的，我觉得牛肉的软度是刚刚好。可是因为我自己很爱吃辣，所以如果是我自己吃的话，我可能就会自己加 chili flake， 然后自己加可能什么辣酱啊之类的 Tabasco。
那你在法国的时候，你有吃过吗？这个
没有哎，我是第一次吃，所以我也没有办法相比。
我也是，我去过法国很多次，也是没有吃过，因为我没有去来法国人的家。
Yeah， 对。
问他们吧。
Exactly, we should.
Stephanie, how is it?
Good, very good. Different from my childhood because my mother used leftover meat cooked, so it's not the same taste, but it's very good.
I think you put exactly the good amount of butter. It's very, very tasty. It's really like melting in the mouth, so that's very good. And we can really feel the meat with the onions. I think you cooked it just right as it has to, so it goes well with the wine as well. In my house, I put lots of vegetables. So like, for example, carrots or like even green peas and a little bit of tomato, so the kids love it. So it's a little bit different, but that is interesting about hachis parmentier because every single person who cooks it, it will be a little bit different, the taste. Yes, it's really, really delicious.
谢谢你们都把我们的这个主食给吃完了，我们还有好料要带给你们，来喽！啊，差不多。还有
Cheese. We have Comté and Celle-sur-Cher, goat's cheese. The knife is quite interesting, the cheese knife.
Yes.
So we slice it with the long side, and then what about the pointy bits at the end? Just like that?
So this one, yes, it helps you to bring it back to your plate. So you don't need to touch it with your hands.
怎么样？怕了？
我不敢吃。
啊，Carrie 也不喜欢吃 cheese
我喜欢吃，我很喜欢吃 cheese，可是我不敢吃羊肉，我不喜欢羊肉。
哦，不打算，说羊肉你也不吃。
No，
对
不行。
那你最喜欢的对吗？
来呀，他一直在旁边煽风点火嘞。
那你要我切给你
It's
吗？
okay, it's okay。
切给
没事没事，长辈不可以啊，小辈来，小辈自己来啊。
为了体验每个国家的文化，我吃榴莲，可乐吃 cheese。First time for everything。
你就 imagine 你吃很大的一块羊肉咯。
可以啊。
我自己对我自己说，我必须要尝试，让我可以更了解他们的文化，因为美食呢也是文化的一部分。
Congratulations, you've tried it.
Carrie 要不要尝试一下？
不行啊，
一起啦。
真的。OK，好，我试。
OK， come on, come close up，
来，
一点就可以了。那这看不到。
有啦。
同款表情哎。
我不行啦。
快点，快点。
它就是羊膻味。
I'm actually dying. Like I cannot eat goat cheese.
Oh, you too. Close up. Yeah, close up.
So you could try.
Oh, that's a big piece.
在这个道路上我不孤单，原来 Carrie 和我们的法国的嘉宾一样不喜欢。
哎，真没想到啊，就连法国人他们自己也不能够接受啊，对不对？所以它这个是不分国际的，就是个人口味的东西嘛。
那我们就赶快结束这个 cheese 的这个部分吧，好不好？
迫不及待。
因为我们准备了非常特别的甜品要请你们吃，来了。
这个是蛋白哈。
这个有个名字的，叫做漂浮之岛。
哎呦，哎，很可爱嘞，真的是飘在上面哦，卖相很棒哎，哇！
请吃。
好，迫不及待。喂，我跟你讲啊，我平时是不吃甜的哦，
是吗？
一口甜都不吃的。
我也是不吃甜品。
真的。
哇，好甜哦。
哦，还好。
我很喜欢它的口感，因为那个蛋白哈，它煮到就是它是很松，对不对？一入口它就会马上就化掉啊，所以口感很棒。然后那个杏仁的那个果香味，very nice。
我觉得这个蛋白是甜到我一吃一口，我的牙齿都酸了那种。It's too sweet for me。然后我自己本身很喜欢吃那个杏仁 almond。So this almond flake, I love it.
Floating Island, it's not just a classic dessert in France, it's a childhood memory, and yeah, it's very, very good.
I'm quite impressed actually that you're able to make it. I haven't eaten this for 20 years, to be very honest. So like now it's wow, I'm eating this in Singapore, it's amazing. I don't remember, was it so liquid? Isn't it a little bit thicker?
The custard, right?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit like a soup that you're drinking. Yeah, but otherwise I think it looks nice. The egg white is very well done.
Thank you very much. Thank
谢谢，感谢你们的到来，谢谢你们大家，谢谢 Carrie，
Merci.
Thank you so much. And cheers 我没有酒。
哎呀，为什么没有？
来，你看我们今天煮的过程呢，还算是顺利，来宾呢也吃的还算满意。我觉得今天我们不是靠幸运，
对，我觉得 over the past few months， 我们有比较多 experience， 对吗？
我觉得我们有今天的表现呢，是靠我们的努力和用心换来的。
我觉得以前我们只是做完了就好，可是现在我们对我们的要求越来越高，不只是要做完，还要做好。
我为我们感到很骄傲，也很开心，所以最后一集我们一定做得最好。
Let's go!
Punch!